As many of you know, Ecuador was the first country to enshrine rights of nature in its constitution in 2008. The country has had 15 years to apply and interpret the concept of rights of nature. So we have a lot to learn from Ecuador's process.
I remember 15 years ago when the president of Ecuador and the ministers of environment were talking in the United Nations, in international forums, saying, hey, we are the only country that have approved the rights of nature. We are the leaders in defending the nature. And a friend that is sitting here, Nati, was always saying, Carlita, they don't know what they have approved. They don't know what they have done. Let's wait some years and let's show them, because the natural protected areas in Ecuador have several categories. So it's a discretion of the minister to say, this is considered a protected area or this is not. So you can imagine that in areas where we have oil or we have mining, is not easy. In the case of the Los Cedros protected forest, you can see overlapping with the protected forest a lot of mining concessions. The mining company and the government were bringing the whole documentation of the environmental license, the whole categories of the what protected area is what, etc. But the court was not analyzing that. The court was analyzing the right to exist and live. Under the theory of the rights of nature, that all areas that has biodiversity, that are forests, that have rivers, have the right to be protected. It doesn't matter what category, what register, what decision of the minister, it doesn't matter that every area that has this potential biodiversity need to be protected. That's the huge difference, that the court is analyzing the rights of existence of the animals and plant species in Los Cedros. The court decided that the mining activity should not be carried on in the Cedros. The decision also proved to some reparations, especially in terms of water. Also, it was important that in the sentence, the judge ordered to remove all the infrastructure that the mining company was having in the protected forest of Los Cedros. After 15 years, we can say in Ecuador that the rights of nature have been the most powerful tool to fight against extractivism and mining and oil industry. It has been not easy, but it is being effective in the courts and in the national system.
Now, Diana Ulloa is connected to Zoom here from Ecuador.
Water serves as a tangible indicator of the relationship between environmental impacts and their effects on nature and people. Also, protecting nature means protecting human lives, and ensuring universal access to clean water is crucial. Water human right is recognized in our constitution. People in Ecuador, it doesn't matter where they are, they have the right to access to water, and water can only be managed by the public sector and communities. So privatization is not allowed in Ecuador. If you want to protect this water source, you say, okay, in this place, there is some communities that depends on this water source, and they use this water for human consumption and also for irrigation. So this place should be protected. This is a famous case about Sinangoe and this Aguarico River. So I share the link also if you want to check a little bit more. The story of this place is that this community was doing a process asking to protect the river because mining was happening in different parts of the river. Some ministries say, like, this is illegal mining, so I cannot do anything. So one way that we found was to use one of these conservation mechanisms to say, this mining, I don't care if this is legal or illegal, are going against water protected zones and help to the community to have more arguments and protect the Aguarico River. almost every cases that Ecuador has analyzed about nature rights includes something about water. Water sector is kind of new sector, but I feel that water sector is still one tool to explain how nature is impacted. And water human right was included in the Constitution. It was not because people in the assembly was talking about that. It was thousands of people going to the assembly and demanding on this water human right.